Namaste, dosto. Welcome to another exciting episode where we honor the stories of India's brave soldiers and their heroic deeds. Before we dive into Chapter 14, Part 1, Fierce Battles from Chhamb to Tithwal, I strongly urge you to first watch the previous chapters, especially Chapter 13 Part 1, Part 2, and Part 3. These chapters set the stage for understanding the strategic importance of Poonch, the critical operations conducted there, and how they led to the intense battles we'll discuss today. Like, share, and subscribe to the channel to stay connected to these inspiring tales. Now, let's dive right in. Introduction: Battles in Chhamb and Tithwal sectors. Between August and December 1948, two key sectors, Chhamb and Tithwal, became the sites of fierce battles between India and Pakistan. Chhamb sector conflict, August-November. This region saw pivotal battles as both sides fought to control this strategically important area. Tithwal sector, November-December. The intense fighting here played a significant role in shaping the ceasefire line. Why it matters? These battles weren't just tactical engagements. They influenced the larger Kashmir conflict and the eventual ceasefire agreements. Bitter duel in Tithwal sector. Operation Easy, which aimed to relieve Poonch, extended its strategic influence into the Tithwal sector. The 163 Brigade in Tithwal and the 161 Brigade in Uri played crucial roles in securing critical locations. Indian troops faced heavy shelling from enemy 25-pounders, 3.7-inch howitzers, and 3-inch mortars, making every advance a challenge. This was a test of resilience, tactical planning, and courage. Heavy shelling in Tithwal, August 1948. Dosto, imagine facing 200 shells in just 1 hour. That's exactly what happened in Tithwal on 21st August. Shelling continued on 14, 19, 20, 22, and 29th August, hampering Indian movements. The introduction of 25-pounder guns in September added to the challenges. Indian resilience. Despite this, our forces held their ground and continued to push forward. Major attacks and responses. September 1948 brought some of the most intense fighting in Tithwal. On 7 September, the Brigade Tactical HQ faced a devastating 25-pounder shell attack, causing significant casualties. On 12th September, an RAF pilot tragically lost his life during an aerial assault, highlighting the air conflict's intensity. The brigade planned to clear hostiles east of the Kishanganga River and destroy key bridges to disrupt enemy supply lines. The Bikram Column. The Bikram Column was instrumental in creating a firm base for Indian operations. They secured PT 9013, a high ground critical for dominating the region. Key achievements: capturing Khel village and destroying the Puli bridge disrupted enemy supply chains. Intense enemy fire forced them to regroup at Tangadhar, preserving their strength for future operations. One Sikh Regiment's heroic defense at Richhmar Gali. Dosto, one Sikh Regiment displayed unmatched courage on 13th October 1948 at Richhmar Gali. Despite facing multiple artillery and battalion-level attacks, they held their ground and inflicted heavy casualties on the enemy. The regiment endured 47 casualties, including 10 killed and 37 wounded. Their resilience was a true testament to their valor. Continued enemy efforts and Indian valor. The enemy renewed their attacks on 14th October, but Indian troops stood firm. Lance Naik Karam Singh led a fearless bayonet charge under heavy fire, turning the tide of battle and earning the Param Vir Chakra. His actions symbolized the spirit of India's forces, who fought relentlessly despite overwhelming odds. Consolidation and further operations. In the Chhamb sector, the Bikram Column launched an operation to secure Point 9013, a critical high ground. Despite their best efforts, the column faced intense enemy resistance and couldn't secure the position. These battles highlighted the challenges of mountainous terrain and enemy firepower, requiring continuous adaptation. September 1948 saw heavy shelling in Uri. 6 soldiers killed 21 wounded, and 4 mules lost due to relentless artillery fire. Disruption. The shelling significantly affected Indian operations, but our forces managed to regroup and maintain their positions. Counterattacks and patrols. Indian forces launched counterattacks to reclaim lost ground and neutralize enemy threats. Lady Gully Defense. 6th September, the enemy attack was successfully repelled, showcasing Indian tactical brilliance. Enemy gun destroyed. 8th September, Indian artillery knocked out an enemy gun, weakening their firepower. The Uri sector witnessed decisive operations. The Indian Army cleared the area around Sunk and captured Point 9591, gaining critical high ground. The 161 and 165 brigades reorganized to consolidate their positions and prepare for further advances. Let's talk about conclusion. Dosto, these battles from Chhamb to Tithwal were a defining chapter in India's military history. Bravery. The courage of soldiers like Lance Naik Karam Singh and regiments like 1 Sikh exemplifies the spirit of our armed forces. Strategic gains. Despite heavy shelling and fierce resistance, Indian forces secured vital positions, shaping the Kashmir conflict's outcome. आपको ये कहानी कैसी लगी? If you're inspired by these stories, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And remember to watch the previous chapters for a complete understanding of this incredible journey. Stay tuned for the next episode, where we'll uncover more tales of courage and strategy. Jai Hind.